Hi everyone, so welcome back again. So currently we're on episode 4 of the real-time chat app tutorial series. So in this episode I'm going to show you how to accept friend requests. Understand? So in a previous episode we worked on sending friend requests. So now I'm going to show you right now how we can accept this friend request. So I'm going to show you how everything works. Currently I have two browsers opened on my screen. On the left I have the Chrome browser, on the right I have the Firefox browser. So currently these two users are not friends. They are not friends now. So Clint is going to send CR7 a friend request, and once CR7 accepts this request, they both become friends. Hope you get. So Clint will come over here or pick a friend. So we're going to look for CR. Right now this is CR7. They are both logged in. You could pick any other user, but since they are both logged in, so I'm going to pick CR7. I'm going to say add friend. The request has been sent. CR7 has received a notification that he has received a notification, right? Once he opens it and clicks on confirm, he and Clint becomes friends. Hope he gets. I'm going to go back to the home page. You can see he has Clint here. Over here too, we have CR7. These two users are now friends, so they can both chat with they can now chat with each other. So in this video I'm going to show you how we can accept this friend request. So without further ado, we're getting started right now. Okay, so currently here is our own application, the one I am currently working on with you guys. Understand? So here is this. When I click on this icon, currently we see some dummy data on this index page. We are going to work on we are going to get here very soon. When I click on this icon now, you can see this is the friend request page that shows you the list of friend requests you have received as a user. So right now what we have on this page are simply dummy data. You understand? So we are going to work on this to make this dynamic. You get? So okay, back here now. So here's the view. Here's our view, friend request. And I also have a URL mapping for it, which is friend request. Understand? Here is it. So I'm going to explain everything to you guys step by step. So we already have our template configured. This is a template that renders out this page you see here. Here's a template. So as I said for you guys, go get the source code. Once you get the source code, you can easily follow along with me. Understand? So the source code is well structured. You have the template files separately. You also have the Django project separately in one particular folder. You get? So go get the source code so you can follow along with me. You will find a link to the source code in this video's description, or also on the pinned comment. You find the link there. Go get it and follow me so you can go together. You get? So that's it now. So once you've done, so let's continue. So I have my view. This is the view over here. I will check closely on each of the view. I have a decorator attached. Let me just make my screen bigger. I want to make this is too big. This is too big. So let's just leave like this for now. So you can check closely on each of the functions. I have this login decorator on each of the functions, not except for the sign in and registration function. Except for the sign in and register function, also with the logout. So on all other functions on this views.py, it has this login decorator. It's really important. So make sure you add it there. So that's to tell you that each of those pages, before you can access them, you must be logged into the system. You get? So as I was saying before, for the friend request view, here is it now. So this view simply helps to render out the friend request a particular user has received. Hope you get. Now we check closely. This first line helps to get the logged in user, and the second line called friend request, it helps to filter out, it helps to query the friend request for the logged in user. Hope you get. So once we get that here, we then have to pass it. We then have to pass this to a context, and then we can access this in this HTML. So I'm going to go down to this. So currently, let's check who is logged in. I'm not sure. Okay, I think Clint is logged in. Clint is currently logged in. So now, what I'm going to do now is this. So I'm going to let's render out this data on the template. So let's bring this to the other side. So let me close this too for now. Okay, now so we are here. I'll just come over here. So we have about 3 of these friend request box. I only need one. So I'm going to clear the others. Okay, let's remove this one. Okay, so we only need one of it. Let's see if the page is still okay. Come over here. Okay, stay intact. So now I'm going to use the for loop. So I'm going to just say over here, I'll say for friend FRI underscore requests in F underscore requests. So now I'm going to put this into the for loop. Control X, paste it inside here. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. Refresh the page. Okay, currently this user has no friend request. He hasn't received any friend request yet. Okay, it's fine. So currently what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to simply come over here. I will log in as a different user. So I'm logging as a different user on this platform, on this other browser. So I want to send Clint a friend request. Let me just sign up with Mary. So let me sign up with Mary now. So click on login. Okay, now I'm going to send Clint a friend request, right? Okay, you can see we have Clint here. I'm going to simply just say add. So I already sent Clint a friend request. Hope he gets now. See if I refresh this page, if I refresh it, so you can see now we have this user. This is Mary. So I'm going to input in the. Let me just put in the username. Just say f requests FRI underscore requests dot sender dot user name. So you can see we have Mary there. So Mary just sent Clint a friend request, understand? So I'm going to let me log in as Jane this time. Let's try logging in as Jane. So Jane can send Clint a friend request too. Login. So Jane is logged in. I'm going to send Clint a friend request. Click on add. If I come here and refresh the page, you can see now we have Jane instead. So Jane just sent Clint a friend request. So right now, Clint has to accept this friend request. So these users, so once Clint accepts this friend request, he's going to be friends with this user. They are going to become friends. So let's work on that right now. Okay, now let's proceed right away. So currently now we want to work on these buttons. We want to apply some JavaScript to these purple buttons. So how to go about it? Right now we are going to select the buttons. Let me show you the buttons on the page. These are the buttons over here. It's called, you can see the button over here. This is confirm. So right now we need to pick up this button based on through their class name. This confirm button. That's the purple button you see on the screen. So right now let's pick up these buttons. Okay, come over here. Let's create a script. What was it called again? Script tag. Paste it here. Okay, right now we've picked up all the buttons, all the confirm buttons on that page. All these buttons, we've picked everything, the 2 of them. If it's more than 2, everything has been selected. So once we've picked it up, so as you can see from what we have there, the buttons have been, so we picked up all the buttons based on the class name. We have to do query selector or. That means we picked up every button with the class name of confirm button. So after you picked everything up, we are meant to loop through the button. So right now I have to loop to the button so I can have access to the individual buttons and then add a click event to each of those buttons. So that was happening here. So I loop through the button so I can have access to each of the button, because over here the button comes as a node list. It comes as a group. So with this for loop, we're able to now loop through the button so you can have access to each of the button. So this btn represents each of the button from this group of buttons called confirm buttons, confirm btns. So I then had to add a click event to each of these buttons. So whenever I click on this button, this function gets executed. This function called add friend gets executed. So I'm going to create a function right now. Okay, so right now this is the function. So I'm going to simply I'm going to simply just say console.log e.target. So if this works, that means we've successfully configured our JavaScript. We are not done yet. So e.target refers to the item you are clicking on. So we are meant to click on this button. So that what e.target means, the item you are clicking on. So refresh this page. So I'm going to simply open the console. The console is coming up over here. Okay, so now let's click on it. You can see this is the element you just clicked on. If I click on this one, you can see it comes up. So that means we've been able to search. So that's the that our JavaScript is working, but we are not done. So what we want to do now is I want to send the ID of these users to the backend. So I'm going to go create a new view that is going to accept the ID from these users, from these two users. It's going to accept the ID of these users on this page. Whenever I click on this, I want to send the ID of this user. If I click on this, I also want to send the ID of this user to the backend. Hope you get. Okay, so right now here's the view that is going to accept the user ID. This is the view. I already made the URL. So now let's continue. So over here, so now we're going to send this view using the fetch API once more. So right now let's go get the fetch API. Go to your browser and search for fetch API. Click on the first link. Okay, on the first link we are now. So you can just say using the fetch API. Click on this on the left panel, using the fetch API. On the right, click on uploading JSON data. So just copy this block of code. So let's copy. Okay, copy. I think we are good. Let's go paste this. So with this, now we are going to be able to send this data to the backend. Okay, we have this function called post.json. So right now remember the URL is called. This is the URL we are sending to. Let's copy this. Ctrl C. Sorry for the beeping. That's my phone. Let me just select URL. So I'll just paste this here. Okay, yeah, so we are going to send this. We are going to be sending. So right up here, I'll simply pass in the ID of this user in this confirm button where we have this. Where is it? I need to pass in the ID of this I need to pass in Mary's ID on this button. So I'll come over here and do data sets. That's where I did last time. Should be equal to. It's gonna be equal to this. It's gonna say. Let me just say .sender.id. Ctrl C. I'll paste this here. So I'm trying to send the ID of this user to the backend. You get this user called Mary. So this is the ID, yeah. .id. So go get the source code so you can follow along swiftly. So this is the ID. Okay, so just scroll down, just the way we did in the previous episode. So now I'm going to pass this URL over here. So you can just go and read about async await in JavaScript. Read about it. It's not difficult. It's easy. So it's a post request. So we are saying this data. Right now, this data we see is actually a parameter. So we are sending this data to the backend. So this is looking so small. I'm sorry. Make it big a bit. Okay. We are sending this data to the backend. This data we have here. Okay, let's scroll down. So if everything goes well, we have this console out. If everything works well, you understand. So currently I need to call this function inside of this other function we have here. So the function is called post.json. So we are meant to send this body, we are meant to send this data to the backend. You understand? So I need to call this function inside here. I'll say post, let me call it here post.json, and then I'm going to simply declare data. This data we have here is actually a parameter, so I need to give it a value. So the value is going to be declared here. I'll just come over here and just say let data equal to e dot target dot dataset dot id. So I'm simply trying to get the value. Where is it? I'm trying to get the value of this ID. You understand? This is an attribute. This is a custom attribute. So I'm trying to get the value of this ID, which is the ID of the sender, the ID of the person that sent this friend request. Hope you get. So that's what we are trying to do over here. So that's our data. So I'm going to pass that data here. It's going to be, so right now this is our argument. So up here, this is the parameter. There was no value yet. So when I call the function in this other function at the bottom, I have to pass in the actual value, which is the argument, which is this data we have here. So once we've done this, everything should be working, but we are not done. We're not done. Remember, we are trying to pass this body through this URL to the backend, which is this function over here. So I told you before, whenever we are making a post request, we need to put in the CSRF token. You get, so we already have a CSRF token and the, what was it called, in our base template from the last episode. So I need to right now I need to place in the header. I need to place in one more item in these headers. So okay, so I'm going to place this here. So yeah, so once we've done this, now let's test and see if everything is going. If everything works, I'm going to simply have this console out on the browser's console. I'm going to have success, and this result we have here is a value coming from this JSON response. Remember, we are trying to send our data, this data we have here, to this view for processing, and we are doing it to this URL. Hope you get. Let's see, and let's try and see if everything works. Refresh the page. Refresh. Click on confirm. Okay, it's working. It says success is given, so that means it's working. So that's to tell you that we are having this user ID in this function. It's coming. It's getting down to this place. That means everything is working fine. So once we have the user ID in this view, we are going to simply make the logged in user and that user friends. We are going to make them friends, and it's going to happen. It's going to be two-sided. It's going to be two-sided. It's going to happen in two ways. I'm going to simply make the logged in user and this user friends, and also I'm going to make this user and the logged in user friends. It's going to be a two-sided approach. It's not just one way. You're going to make the logged in user and this user that we sent to the backend. You're going to make them friends, and we're also going to make the user and the logged in user friends. It's going to be a two-sided thing. Hope you get. So right now, I'm going to explain what's going on in this function. So right now, this ID presents the user ID we got from the front end. We said JSON.loads request as body. Request as body comes from here. You understand? So now, currently, we just got the ID that we sent that we sent from the front end. We just got it over here. So I have to declare a new variable and then say user ID should be equal to ID. So for this user now, this helps to get the current user model we are working with. So currently we are working with Django default model, with Django default user model. And so after we've done that now, so we have to get the user whose ID is this. We did that, and also we have to get a profile whose user is the logged in user, which we did over here. And so once we do this now, we want to make sure the profile and this user they become friends. Instead, before, remember I said that it's going to be two-sided, so we're going to make sure the profile and this user are friends, and also we are going to also make sure that this user and the profile are also friends. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. If we go down to the admin section, so here's right now this is a profile. Okay, my server is down. Okay, not this server. I think it should be 8,000. This is also down. Let me run the server. Okay, so the server is up again. So I was saying before, so Clint is the logged in user. If you click on him, click on this profile, you can see the list of friends he has. These are the list of friends he has. You understand? So remember, Mary sent him a friend request. So once we get Mary's ID in this view, I'm going to make Mary and Clint's friends, right? Make them friends. You get? So if we go down to Mary's profile, let's go down to Mary's profile. This is Mary's profile. This is her profile over here. And if you check closely, she also has Clint here. So we got to do this. We have to make this two-sided. Understand? So we are going to make Clint and Mary friends, and we are going to make Clint and Mary friends, and we are also going to make Mary and Clint friends. It's not just going to be one side; it's going to be two-sided. You get? So that was what I was trying to say there. So once we've done this now, let's go make these users friends. So first of all, let's make the logged in user and the user we just got and the user we got from the front end. Let's make the two of them friends. After we've done that, we're going to make the user we got from the front end and the logged in user friends. You get? So it's going to be two-sided. Hope you understood. Okay, right now, so I just pasted this code here. You understand? So this code is here. First of all, we check to see if profile exists. Remember, profile is a logged in profile. So after we've done this in the first if block, so the second if block we have there, we are checking to see if this user remember this user is Mary coming from here. You understand? So we are trying to check if Mary is part of the logged in profile friends. If Mary is part of it, if Mary is part of the friends, we are going to simply remove Mary from the friend list. You understand? When we click on this confirm, you understand? Well, you understand? So if Mary is not part of the friends, we are simply going to just add Mary to the list of friends for the logged in profile. So for the first if block, we try to check and see if Mary already exists in the friend list. If she exists, we simply remove her. Understand? But if now for the else block, if Mary does not exist, we simply add her to the friend list. Hope you get. And majorly now, majorly the else block is what is going to be working, because we are trying to simply add a user to the profiles list of friends. Hope you get. So I'm going to declare a variable here called msg, and I'm going to set msg to none. So we have msg set as none. So this msg is going to help us dictate whether we are going to disable this button or not. So we are going to get there soon. So we've done this now for the logged in user. So we are going to do the same thing again for Mary. For this user, because from this user we are getting from the front end, which is Mary. It could be Mary, it could be Jane. Hope you get. So we are going to do this. I told you that's going to be two-sided. It's going to be a two-sided stuff. So we've done one side. So let's do for the other side. Okay, so now let's do this now. I told you before that, remember, we have these users here. I told you before. I'm going to explain this again. We have Clint, we also have Mary. These are the list of profiles we have, and currently Clint is the logged in user. Understand? So we are trying to make Mary Clinton's friend. We cannot make Mary Clinton's friend, and we have to do it both ways. Instead, we have to make Mary Clinton's friend, and also we have to make Clinton Mary's friend. You get? If you check closely on Clint's side, we have the list of users. You can see Mary there. Once we click on Mary and we click on save, we've done one part. We have to go back again to Mary's end. Also, then you find Clint there, and also click on it and click on save. That makes them friends. It has to be two. It has to go both ways, not just one. You understand? So that's what we are trying to do here also. So we've done for. So I'm going to paste it. So we've done for Clint, the logged in profile. So I'm going to do for Mary now. So let's do it for. Instead, I'm going to paste this. I'm going to say if profile 2. So I'm going to simply get profile 2. Let me just put profile 2 here. Okay, so I have profile 2 here. Let me just paste it. So you have profile 2 already. So I said if profile 2 is referring to the user we got from the front end. So I'm simply say if this user, I'm simply checking to see if the logged in user is part of Mary's list of friends. If it's part of it, we simply remove the logged in user. But if not, we add the logged in user to Mary's list of friends. Hope you understood. So what is working here mainly is this else block, because we are mainly adding friends. We are mainly adding friends. We are not removing friends. Instead, we are mainly adding friends. Okay, and as for this MSG we have here, this MSG helps us to detect whether we have to make this button disabled. Remember, so from here we have here MSG was set to none. So if we make this user as friends, we set MSG to yes. Understand? So if MSG is yes, so we are going to pass MSG yes. We are going to simply be returning MSG. We are going to simply be returning MSG. You get? Understand? So MSG could be none, no, or yes. Understand? So as I was saying before, so MSG is going to be yes. This is going to be yes. MSG is message, right? So it's going to be yes whenever we make these users friends. Hope you understood. So if MSG is yes, we are going to simply turn these buttons to be disabled. Hope you get. So you are going to come over to the front end over here and finalize, and we are going to finalize what we started. I told you over here that results here is whatever we have here. Remember, MSG could be 3 values. It could be none, no, or yes, depending on what you have at a particular time. You understand? So that's it. So it's about to be, so we're almost done. So remember I told you before, if everything goes well, we have this part of the code get executed. If there's an error, we have the catch block get executed. Hope you get. I'm going to paste this line under the console. We'll paste this now. So I told you that result, this is what we see here. The value is coming from here. This from whatever we have here in this JSON response. You get from the first value you have in this JSON response. Hope you get. Okay, I said if result is equal to yes, we're going to simply turn the button, this button, we're going to make sure the content of the button is set to confirmed, and we're going to add the disable class to the button, and then we're going to make sure that the button's next element, this is the next element of the button, this delete button is the next sibling of this button, of the confirm button. So we're going to make sure the confirm button, we are going to make sure that the delete button is disabled also. Hope you understood now. So you can see this BTN we have here. So you'll be asking, where is the BTN coming from? So you are going to pass this BTN as a parameter up here. As a parameter up there. So remember, we are calling this function at the bottom here. We are calling this function over here. Remember, and we are going to set BTN to. We are going to set BTN to the item that we are going to set BTN to the item that was clicked. I'm going to say let BTN equal to e.target. E.target. Again, so we are meant to pass BTN over here, and everything should just work fine. Hope you understood now. So that's it now. So let's see if everything works. So the browser refreshes page. So if I click on confirm, you can see it worked. But it's still saying it's given. This is wrong. We are meant to see this is not supposed to be it's given. So let's see what the issue is. It's meant to return either yes or no. Understand? So but currently it's not working that way. Let's refresh this page hardly. So click again. There's a problem somewhere. Okay, I think I know what the problem is. That's because I am sending the data down to the wrong URL. Remember, this is the URL here. I said send request. This is wrong. This request does not, this URL does not point down to this view. You understand? So I'm going to, so that's my mistake. If you check closely, this is the URL here called send request. This is the wrong endpoint. So I'm going to get the right endpoint and then we are going to send again. Let's try it. So I already have the correct URL. It's called accept request. So I'm going to just come over here. Let's correct it. Accept. Okay, let's try again. Refresh this page. Sorry, the reason why you can see the UI has changed, that's because my internet is disconnected. So once I connect back, it's going to come up. So now let's try again. Click on confirm. You can see it's working. It says yes. Understand? So it's working. Click over here. It's working. It also says yes. Now I go down to the admin session. Once I click on Clint, you can see Mary and Jane are now friends of Clint. You understand? They are now friends of Clint. And if I go down to Mary's profile, you see that, oh, currently Mary and Clint are not yet friends. Let's try Jane. Remember, I told you that it needs to be two-sided. It needs to go two ways. But you can see here, Clint and Jane are friends, but Mary and Clint aren't friends yet. I don't know what went wrong. So let's try this again. I'm going to simply remove this and save. Go down to Mary. Okay, maybe it's okay. Let's check Jane. Save. Okay, so right now, refresh this page. So now, click on confirm. That's done. Let's see now, Mary and Clint. I hope it works. Okay, now Mary and Clint. Okay, let's see Clint and Mary. So I think it needs to be two ways. Oh, perfect. It's working. So I said that it needs to be two ways. That's why I had to do this. So get the source code so you don't have to stress yourself. That's why I have to do this. It needs to be two ways. But we are not done yet. So once we set this friend request, I want to also create a notification that tells Mary that, oh, Clinton accepted, that tells Mary that Clinton accepted your friend request. And also for Jane, I want to also tell Jane that, oh, Clinton also accepted your friend request. You understand? These are users that they would like to know if the user they send a request to accepted their friend request or not. So let's go do that right away. Okay, so over here I have my notification model. So just create yours, follow mine. You can see we have the sender, have the receiver, the description. So the sender of this notification is going to be the user that accepted the friend request. That's the sender. Understand? The user that accepted the friend request is the sender of this notification. Right, the receiver is the user who sent this request, who sent this friend request. And for the description, we're just going to have a normal text there saying, okay, user A accepted. It just says for the description, it will simply be, hi, user A accepted your friend request. You get? And for the created time and for the created field, this simply represents the time this notification was created. And as for the scene, this helps to dictate whether the user has seen the message or not. You get? So that's all we have there. So make sure you make migrations and migrate, and then go down to your admin and register this model. Okay, so now right now we're going to simply be creating notifications whenever the logged in user accepts a friend request. You get? So just, where is it? So at this point here in this else block, so whenever the user adds a new friend to his friends list, we're simply going to create a new notification. So these are the, let me show you what I'm talking about. So here's the notification over here. So make sure you import it on top from .models, import notification. So that's it there. So just whenever the login user accepts a friend request, we create a new notification telling the user that, okay, this user accepted your friend request. You can see the sender is the logged in user, the receiver is the user we got the ID from the front end. As for the description, it says, hi, the logged in user accepted your friend request. It's as simple as that. And once we've done this now, we also want to delete the friend request that was sent. Once the logged in user accepts your friend request, you want to also delete the friend request you sent. Once it gets accepted, it has to be deleted. We're not working with it. We are not working with the friend request anymore. Once your request has been accepted, it's better we delete the friend request that you sent to avoid any form of duplicate data. Hope you get. So now let's implement the deleting of the friend requests. So I'm going to paste this here. So right now I've been able to get the friend requests where this sender is the user we got from where the sender is simply Mary, and where the receiver is a logged in user. So I'm putting the friend request here. So whenever we add this friend, whenever we confirm this request, whenever we add a new friend to our friend list, I'm going to simply delete this friend request. We don't need it anymore. We don't need it again. You get? So I'll say f request dot delete, and we are done. So, and that's it. You get? So we are going to test everything and make sure that everything is working fine. So to the browser, I'll refresh this page. Okay, what I want to do, okay, now, so go down to your profile. I want to make sure Clint and Mary are no longer friends. So we'll save, and also go down to Mary also and make sure Mary and Clint are no longer friends. Save. Let's see, for I think Jane and Clint are not friends. We didn't make them friends. Okay, now so let's try things out. Okay, so over here, refresh the page. So right now, Mary sent Clint a friend request. Remember, Clint is a logged in user. So let me just go add Clint as a logged in user on this friend request page. So we still have a dummy data for the username, which is John. So I'll just put in requests .user.username. Okay, that's fine. To the browser, refresh the page, click here. Okay, we have Clint now. So currently Mary and Jane said they sent Clint a friend request. So Clint has a choice of accepting. So now I want to accept, so just click on confirm. Okay, that's done. So once we've done this now, let's go down to the console, refresh this page. Now we should have, you can see we have right now we have notifications here. Let's see if Clint and Mary are friends now. They are friends, that's cool. Let's try and see on Mary's end. Okay, they are friends, nice. So click on notifications. You can see we have a new one here. It says, hi, Clint accepted your friend request. And the sender is Clint, receiver is Mary. The description is what? This is, you can see what the description says. So if I go down to friend request now, you can see now I'm going to clear out all these friend requests. Okay, right now we have a lot of it now, so it's meant to be deleted. It's meant to be deleted. So I'm going to send. Let's try with Jane now. You can see Jane sent Clint a request before. Right there, you can see Jane. This is we only have Jane. So you can see we don't have Mary sent Clint a friend request. That's because it has been deleted. But right now we still have Jane. So once Clinton accepts this now, it has been accepted. If I come back here, if I refresh this page, you won't see this Jane again. You won't see Jane send Clinton a friend request because it would have been deleted from what we implemented over here. You get this is what we did here, and then we have to delete it here. You won't see it there again. So let's implement. So now refresh the page. You can see now it's now 7. You can see you don't have right now we don't have Jane send Clint a friend request. Likewise, we don't also have Mary send Clint a friend request. We don't have them again. If I click on notifications, there is a new notification. If I open it, you can see the sender is Jane, the receiver is Clint. Everything is working fine. If I go down to the profile now, if I check out Clint, you can see now Clint and Jane they are now friends. Let's check out Jane. If Jane and Clint are friends also, you check here, you can see now Jane and Clint are also friends also. You can see everything is working fine. We've been able to make sure that the logged in user can accept friend requests that he or she received. You can see, so if you've not gone to the source code, so go get the source code. You'll find the link in this video description, or you find the link on the pinned comment. The source code costs $6 if you're outside of Nigeria, and if you are in Nigeria it costs 3,500. If you get the source code, you can always meet me for complaints about the project, and I'll always reply to you. I'll respond to you. That's a promise that comes with purchasing the source code. Hope you know. So go get the source code so you can follow along with me easily. And you say, so we are done with this episode. So we meet in the next episode. So stay blessed and bye bye.